That makes me happy. I like having the dry run.
And we are live.
We are. All right, this is IFG Spring Fling 2024. We are now in the Rapier pools. Sorry, we're getting to you a little bit late. Our first match with Elliott Stone and Peter Morrow just ended. And we are on to a second match here in Pit 1. I'm not sure who's fencing yet.
I do like those basket hilt rapiers.
Yeah, cup hilts are nice. They give you really good protection.
Cup hilt, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Similar
I like
idea.
them fancy swords.
Them fancy swords are nice, and I got to say it's funny. You know, they're rather late development. So we have Peter Lowry from Bridge City Blades in red, and Matthew Thompson from Bighorn Historical Combat, Calgary, Canada.
Bridge City being right here, another hometown Portland team, led by Andy Plymouth, a very nice gentleman that just got to meet this weekend.
Again, this is a different rule set.
Do you want the heads up for play-by-play? You're on it.
Okay. This is a different rule set. A little bit different than the Sword and Buckler and Longsword. It is going to move a lot faster. They do not have afterblows. They do not have, it basically works on what you probably call a priority situation. The first hit that's valid and strikes is what's going to count.
Find out. Watch.
All right, some feigning there. Ooh, there's a thrust from red.
I love that big level change. Really dynamic.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, they're going to call that. Looks like they're calling that simultaneous.
These weapons move so fast, I'm impressed they can catch all that. Want to switch spots?
Yeah, because I can't hear.
Yep, that was my thought. That's why I got up earlier. Perfect.
Okay. We have a low guard here.
I love the different stances these fencers take. The weapon allows such a different sort of biomechanic.
Oh, and more hopping. Lots of hopping. Oh, looks like there was a jab there from blue, but they're not counting it. Parry riposte attempt by red. Ooh.
Now, one difference seems to be the cutting element of a rapier has got to be very different than a sword and buckler.
Well, and this rule set has some very specific rules about what they want for a cut. Rapier, for those who don't know, is primarily a thrusting weapon that often can cut, especially earlier rapier. The profile on red's rapier is probably a little bit more conducive to that. All right, pardon me, blues. But in terms of the scoring, there are different ways one can cut. Draw cuts of quality, even a percussive cut can count. It is primarily a thrusting weapon, although cutting is very popular. And again, these pulls move extremely fast. Looks like that was for Elliott Stone from Loyal Order. Wow, and I thought Sword and Buckler was fast.
No joke, this is really moving.
All right, we have, I believe, Peter Morrow from Sacramento and Matthew Thompson again from Bighorn Historical Combat. Both of them keeping a rather low guard, sometimes referred to as a Portuguese guard for reasons I have yet to understand. Ooh, very nice thrust there from Peter.
Because it's from Portugal.
Well, yeah, that would make sense. All right, we got a replay here. Kind of waiting, feeling each other out. And then boom, that thrust straight out. It's very important to have that arm out first. Weapon always leads.
When you present that threat, you make him react.
Yeah. Well, and with the length of most rapiers, that's critical. Oh, looked like a bind from blue. I'm not sure if that landed.
I like the close play. There is an opportunity to grab blades and move in. Not your traditional ring in or wrestling like you see with a longsword.
There are, if you look at the treatises, there are definitely weapon seizures.
Hand pushes.
There are definitely moments for close play. However, as designed, it is definitely a stay away from me type weapon.
Well, just the length alone is going to keep you at measure. I like those patient stances.
Ooh.
That still blade, blue saw a static blade and just hopped on it.
Yeah.
And I think, even with sharps, that's going to be a fairly valid technique.
Oh, yeah.
Leather glove with a stationary blade. You might get a little scrape on the hand.
Absolutely.
Probably a small price to pay.
And very often, it's not an accident. There's a sort of a tradition of pairing with the hand. Because even with a sharp, they're not like, a dedicated cutting weapon. So batting that away in some treatises is a strategy.
Well, even when I fight with a single-handed longest mesa, single-handed cutting knife, I find sometimes
We've got the replay here.
Let's see how that went down, guys.
It's an attack from blue. Oh, and it looks like, wow.
Counter.
Yeah.
Swift by red.
Yeah.
But then when I fight with the long knife at times, I'll cover a blade with my arm, with my offhand.
Sure.
And while I recognize that's poor fencing, I really should be using my blade, I also have to consider that would otherwise hit my head. In a life or death fight,
right.
I'd rather take a nasty hand hit than
that
a nasty head hit.
That is always a consideration. And again, these pools are moving extremely fast. Peter Morrow, by the way, in that last match, won 6 points. We're now here with Klaus McGinsley from Indes Ferox Gladio and Peter Lowry from Bridge City Blades. Ooh, and we've got a grapple.
Ooh, looks like Red was able to get their sword free.
That's.
Did I see that right?
Yeah, no, you did. I'm not sure how they're going to call that.
Looks like Kai's on top of it.
Kai being the rapier instructor at Indes.
And the mastermind behind this entire rapier event.
Ooh, all right, there's an attack from blue that misses, and it's counter from red. Let's see what they call. Okay, the replay here. Oh, it looks like red may have landed that counter. The judge could not see it. We only have one judge here with the director.
How do they divide this labor here? I mean, there's only 2 judges.
I would, personally, Kai knows what he's doing. I would probably have more judges. It's so fast. Some of the techniques are so tight. It just helps to have more eyes. Ooh, attack from red with a counter, riposte from blue there. That looked very, let's get that replay. So there's an attack coming from
a little bit of
red.
A circular displacement into a counter.
So he attacks, ooh, and it looks like a circular parry. It was a beautiful circular parry in third.
That was beautiful. Quick blade work.
Yeah, okay, again with the Portuguese guard, a very low guard.
I love the stances.
Yeah, the Black Tigers, an SCA group, sort of popularized that low guard. It's
Rob Childs?
among others, yeah. It's not standard to most texts, but
so fast.
It works well in this context.
I like the way blue dove in on that.
Yeah, it's quick. I mean, despite the length and everything else, they're not super heavy. Pretty nimble weapons.
In the hands of a pair of nimble fighters.
Yes, and footwork is everything. I mean, measure is rules all, and so properly maintaining distance and making use of that is critical. Notice how tight that is. Ooh! Now that looked like a strike from blue and then a counterattack from red.
Red with the dramatic fall. I have a feeling red is just fine.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. All right, yeah, that's about blue. Peter Lowry, 7-3 over Klaus McGlinchey. Sorry.
Looks like a Portlander won that one for once.
Yeah. No Lonin, odd. All right, we have a new pair of fighters.
Always true.
Let's see who we have here. Not sure yet. Blue and red, obviously. Okay, we have Elliot Stone from Royal Order of the Sword in red and Matthew Thompson from Bighorn Historical Combat in Calgary, Canada.
I remember Thompson from the Sword and Buckler training.
Oh, yes.
Looked good out there, too.
All right. Very quick thrust there from red.
Looks like I saw a hit to the head with the edge by blue.
Yeah, I think that they may call that a double. Again, doubles here don't mean anything. It's the first shot to land with authority. Blue may have their hand up to parry. That's a common strategy. Okay, Kai, they're calling that a parry riposte. 3 for Elliot Stone. Oh, sorry, Brent.
Quite an impressive eye for Kai there.
Yeah. Kai's a very well-trained fencer.
Any man with pants and socks like that must know his way around a rapier.
Oh, yeah. I have a friend named Joshua Baker, who's a very good small sword fencer that also fences with Kai.
You have a friend? This is
I
news
know,
to
I
me.
do. I paid good money for a friend.
Facebook doesn't count, sir.
Oh, shit, really? Okay. Pardon my French, yeah.
You speak French?
Well,
Parlez-vous français?
I read a little bit, yeah. All right, again.
How'd that match go?
That's Matthew Thompson 6, Elliott Stone 3. All right, we are back with Peter Morrow in blue. He's wearing a red jacket, blue sash on his arm from Sacramento. And
blue jacket, red sash.
And yeah, Klaus McGinchley, sorry, thank you, from IFG. Sacramento Sword School is well known for their rapier and small sword work.
Really grateful they made it all the way out.
I am too. I saw a number of them, including Peter at. Ooh, beautiful!
You can see that bend of that blade really showing that thrust.
Yeah, it looked like that counter may have landed. Let's see from the replay. We've got an attack from red. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. There's an attack from red, and it looks like a counterattack with a body void that lands. We're giving that 3 points to Peter. Oh, another. Again, very similar action there. Attack from red. Close out by blue.
I find it amusing that even just the slightly more classy, sophisticated match feel of the rapier makes everyone dance different. Even Klaus over there in the corner looking very classy and fancy.
No, it is. And again, that's Peter Morrow 6-0 over Klaus. It is. It's a pretty, I hate to use the word elegant, but it can be rather elegant weapon.
Define elegant for me.
Correct.
I didn't think you could.
Well, I can't spell it, but I can't read. But
I'm highly illiterate here, folks.
So we've got a moment here. It looks like, let's see, another. Okay, so we've got two new fencers, red and blue. Oh, looks like there was a touch right down the middle there. Looked like a closeout from blue. The judge did not see it. Kai, I believe, did. So Peter Lowry from Bridge City Blades is in blue. Elliott Stone, Loyal Order of the Sword, in red.
At least this time, the blue fencer, blue jacket.
Yeah,
blue fencer.
I do like that. They've coordinated that a little bit better. Brent and I need help, all the help we can get.
I mean, we struggle with numbers. Colors are hard enough.
Oop, attack from blue there.
I love that controlled commitment. Blue found that moment.
Well, this is one of the best things about rapier is that bind. Thrust with opposition are pretty much what you want. It's not that you can't hit in absence, which means lack of blade contact, but you're safest if you've got a good opposition and what we call a closeout.
Well, you know where their sword is, which is such a great advantage.
It's huge. And you have enough time. In fact, you were talking yesterday about Foolen in German. Well, Sentiment de Fer is big with rapier. And you really can. You can feel, ooh, that looked like a nice riposte from blue. Let's see how they call that.
I think I saw what you saw. Just so fast.
It's quick. So we got Peter Lowry 3-0 here. Yeah, that looked like attack from red and parry riposte blue. Let's see how they call it.
And those rapiers so dangerous. Just a few inches of penetration.
Yeah, I mean,
ruin your day.
So my friend Joshua and I, we refer to his group in Salem, Kapitala Scream Circle Fencing. It's like the Death Needle cultists. But really, small sword is the sport coupe, where rapier is a sedan.
There you go.
Basically a demi-rapier, and so very, very similar techniques. Let's see now. I think we have.
That's Klaus again?
I believe that's Klaus, and Matthew Thompson from.
There we are.
From Bighorn. You should be able to recognize this by now, but it's going so fast. It's not my fault. Again, that nice big cup hilt there. Great protection for the hand. Looks like red is using one of Castile's economy rapiers. Those are fantastic entry-level weapons. Very, very hard. You can land a battleship on those things.
I really like the way that he finished with that hand push. I think he took a shot coming in, but...
Yeah, the hand push, it can make a big difference. You've got enough time sometimes to push that weapon away.
You can control their hand, you can control the blade.
That's true.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I don't know. I've never dodged a wrench. We have a low guard, very classic guard here from red. Ooh, looks like an attempt to counter to the arm. Does not land.
The match continues.
A little Oh, nope, it didn't land. Again, that cup hilt is great protection.
I like that Klaus has his hand out in front, ready to grab something, ready to be in
Yeah,
action.
that hand up front is often used to either sort of knock something away or grab. Ooh,
I like the
very
beat,
nice. Yeah.
But Thompson wasn't having it.
Well, and beats are tough. It's depending on distance, it's so easy to replace the point. Beats are often used best in combo with a feint. All right, that is match. Matthew Thompson, 6-0.
Fighting with great control. Really impressive stuff.
Yeah, it's very clean. All right, we have Peter Morrow here in red on red. Well done, guys, getting that. And we have Peter Lowry.
Battle of the Peters.
Yeah, Battle of the Peters from Bridge City Blades here in Portland.
Nice quick salute. Good sportsmanship.
Yep, very, very important.
I would say good honor, but I don't want to offend anyone.
No. Ooh, all right.
Wow.
Looked like now neither fencers were very close there.
I've been impressed by Morrow's blade presence, that point
Yeah,
control. Always in the match.
Again, that school is well known for rapier at small sword. And this is the first time I've seen Peter fence. He was an official at Rose and Thorns in March. But it was easily one of the most solid tournaments I've been to. Oh, now I was obscured there by the judge. Let's see.
I feel like Blue's blade was passé, but
Let's see what they call.
don't you like the way I said passé, like I know what it means?
No, you know what it means.
That thrust missed.
Yeah, it missed. That's exactly what that
Oh,
means.
he stabbed bad. Here we go on replay.
Yeah, bad stab.
Let's see.
Stab
Watch this
miss.
passé. Look, I know a word.
Yeah, and again, Peter kind of cups that up and knocks it out. A lot of contact there. A lot of this is really just probing actions, trying to get a commitment. Well, now Peter's looked like it was passé there. Yeah, again, a lot of that incidental contact is really either trying to provoke an action or kind of test the waters.
Ooh, I like the way he just hopped right into that disengagement. Saw his moment and got in there.
Very quick indeed. All right, so that is match blue, Peter Lowry, Bridge City Blades, over Peter Morrow with 1 point. Looks like the two fencers are discussing some of the touches. Again, yeah, it's always nice to see people getting along. And
win or lose, we're here to fence and learn.
I believe that is the end of the pool. Again, super, super fast. We'll see if we're going to continue here shortly. We've got several different pools going at once.
Well, I appreciate the notion of a quick and kind of to-the-point tournament. You think about an actual duel.
Yeah.
Being a relatively quick affair in theory. When someone got stabbed,
yeah.
Although, of course, there are recordings of men taking many, many thrusting
wounds. There are. The nature of stab wounds depends. Like when I lived in Baltimore, for example, there was a kid who was stabbed at prom and didn't know till the next morning.
Yep.
He said, "Oh, Mom, my back hurts," and well, guess what? So
little did he know.
And yet sometimes it's obvious.
Now, the rapier being a different weapon from a lot of what we've seen before, this being a little later period, and very much a dedicated civilian duel sort of weapon, rapier is not going to see a lot of use on the historical battlefield.
Right.
The way the longsword may have, as well as sort of buckler may have.
No, yeah, very much a civilian weapon. All right.
That said, most of what we do is not really a military context.
No, not at all.
We'd be using swords. Spears.
Correct. I think we're going to sign off here. We will be back in a few minutes, hopefully.
Looking forward to it. Let's go fast. Let's go quick. Faster than me at my prom.
All right, we are back. This is the IFG Spring Fling 2024 Rapier pools. They're going very fast. We are trying very hard to stay on top of the action here. Usually by the time we've commented, it's over. Right now we've got Kai, the man with the bandana there, and the giant phone on his wrist, checking weapons. I think mostly that's to make sure they're not taking a set or like an S-curve. Good powerful thrust with an S-curve, it can break and potentially injure someone. Looks like it's just a basic safety check.
Safety is paramount to what we do here.
Oh, yeah.
We're here for the competition, not for the injuries.
No. Yeah, it's not NASCAR. Which I know that's a thing with NASCAR, yeah. It's the cars that race. There's a Disney movie about it. That's how I know. I know everything I know from that. All right. So, get off to a slow start here, which is kind of nice because the pools go so dang fast. Again, this is a different rule set. A couple things that are a little bit going to be different for viewers. The scoring, like Sword and Buckler, is points earned, not points against. Also, there are no afterblows. And the first valid shot is going to be the shot. No afterblows, any of that stuff.
And there, right there on screen, is Elliot Cosgrove. He was one of our commentators yesterday, helping fill in for me while I was corner coaching one of my fencers. Looking very, very dapper in the puff and slash.
Oh, yeah.
His fencing should be just as sharp, I'm hoping.
Yeah, and we sort of unanimously tried to get Elliot to keep doing the announcing. He's so good at it. Really nice chap. I don't know the other fellow.
Nor do I.
I can't quite see the patch on his arm. We'll find out who he is here in a second. Looks like he's going to be the red fencer. Elliot's going to be the blue.
Looks like your check is done. Oh, nope, one more. Oh, tying on the, okay.
All right, Kai is taking the center there. Kai being the rapier coach here at IFG.
I think the one in red looks like a Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron Rasmussen from F3 Sword Academy. Elliot Cosgrove from IFG. And looks like they're doing a little hug. It's
Elliot being a student of Kai there, the director of the match. His instructor looking on closely. Hopefully he'll make his papa proud.
I think so.
Thank you, Robert Miller. We are fantastic.
All right, both fencers being very careful here, keeping good measure.
With a weapon that fast, you can't jump in.
You really can't just,
Ooh. I don't think anything touched that.
I didn't see anything. Okay, there's an attack by Elliot and a parry riposte. I'm not sure what landed. Let's see what the judges say.
I guess blue.
Yeah, that was the riposte, but it's like one of the judges couldn't see it. All right, so I'm not sure.
Point.
It looks like that attack landed. So that would be what we call a mal parry or a failed parry. All right. Again, both fencers here are keeping pretty good measure there. What we call punta spada, or sort of, right there. Oh, and a ring out.
Pretty agile feet for a big guy.
Oh yeah, Elliot's pretty good on his feet.
Very nimble. And
that's the word, nimble. All right, yeah, let's see.
Jumping like a kitty cat from tree to tree.
All right, we are back at it.
It's a thing.
All right.
Nibbly Bumbly's a thing. Ooh.
Now it's hard to see from our angle, so we'll definitely hit a nice exchange. Okay, so it looks like red did not arrive with the attack. So the question is whether blue got something in there. Looks like Kai is washing that. Again, we were unable to see it from our angle.
One of the other differences I'm noticing is the director looks to his judge and just asks for a simple thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
Definitely a different sort of communication between a director and their judge.
It is. This is a new rule set for me. A running attack from Elliott.
Would that be a flushe?
Yeah, I mean, back in the day they didn't call it that. It's but it's basically the historical equivalent. During Fleshgate on social media, there was a big argument about that, but there is ample precedent for a running attack. You see it in Hope, you see it in a lot of different sources.
Back to a little bit.
And a shot from Elliott there. Let's see if they call that attack.
Yeah, Blue definitely went from that big aggressive jump in to a much more calm and patient. I like the gears you can switch to.
And I think you have to. I mean, with the reach that Elliott has combined with that 3.5-foot weapon, it's dangerous to just jump into measure like that. So we're calling that, let's see, right now it's Cameron 1, Elliott 0. Elliott in the blue. Oh, it looks like they are calling that for red. So that is Cameron Rasmussen from F3 Sword Academy. Very clean fight. The defenders hugging it out at the end there. We now have, let's see. All right, we have Alex Henning in blue and Cameron Blair, both from Lonin League.
Just for a little background, that F3 Sword Academy coming out to us out of Berkeley, California.
Oh, it is Berkeley. Okay. Okay, there's an attack from red. Looks like it misses to me, but let's see what they call. All right, looks like they're going to call that for blue. Yep, one for Alex Henning there.
Alex has got to be happy with that.
It looks like a counter there from Alex after an attack by red.
Did I see an attempt at a blade grab?
Likely. Very popular move. Can be dicey, though. Sometimes it's the only thing you can do.
I mean, but I assume if successful, a great way to protect yourself.
I mean, when you're talking about getting control, a few things work better than a leather glove on that.
Ooh,
let's
see. Slide that in.
It looked like red made a nice little dig in there. Let's see if they count it.
Looked like he caught blue in the middle of an action.
It did. It caught him kind of flat-footed there.
I love the slow-mo instant replay.
Yeah. So if you watch red here, yeah, right there.
Nice.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty nice shot. That's 3 points for Cameron Blair, 1 for Alex. Cameron here in the red, both from Lonin League.
Love the energy from Cameron.
Yeah.
Red just moving.
Now Alex got one in there. Let's see if they call that. That looked like it landed to me, but I think they're going to call that simultaneous. Let's see. Yeah.
I love the different styles between these two fencers. Alex much more methodical.
Yeah.
Cameron much more energetic, showing a lot of information. Styles make matchups.
Alex 4 points here. Cameron 3.
Was that an attempt at a cut to the foot?
It looked like an attempt at a cut.
Maybe not the foot. I might be exaggerating.
Cuts can be dicey as first attention attacks in Rapier. If someone is on guard and point forward, but it can't work. All right, match blue. Alex Henning, 5 points to Cameron Blair's 3, both from Lonin.
So you're saying Lonin won that match?
Yes, and lost that match. Not to be overly philosophical, but yeah, both.
But if we're getting technical.
Yeah.
Which we should probably avoid technical. Ooh, and Cameron Blair staying in the match.
We've got Cameron Blair staying in and Elliott Cosgrove. Cameron here again from Lonin League and Elliott from IFG in Portland.
Here's my prediction. Someone from the PNW will win. Boom.
I think that's a fair bet.
Moses wants to take that bet. Moses, you're even more foolish than you look.
I think Lonin will probably...
No, we got an IFG. So Moses is a little slow on the reading. He'll catch up.
There you can. Cameron Blair here in view, giving a thumbs up, pointing the wide shot here, and we've got both fencers waiting for our director to reappear. His giant watch. There he is.
I think that's a new Apple smartphone.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I know it is.
Here we go.
Again, Elliott in blue and Cameron in red. Attack from red, nothing. Oh, there is an attack from blue. Let's see if that lands.
I like that patience for the Cosgrove. He
Yeah.
really waited for his moment.
Yeah.
Little provocation. Look at that.
It's all about
point out there.
Yeah, and the key thing there is you'll notice he's trying to get that both opposition, that thrust and forth, and then coverage on his way out. Very important. Hard to do, but very important.
Well, especially with a weapon this nimble.
And fast. I mean, rapiers aren't as heavy as longswords, obviously, but there's some
really?
weight there. No, really.
That's highly debated. I don't think you can just say that.
An attack from red. That looked like it was well timed.
No, don't change the subject. I want to go back to this longsword debacle.
Well, longsword is this weird medieval rapier thing.
All right, that's enough. Go back to rapier.
Okay.
All right, how do we score that?
Looks like it was 1 from Cameron Blair and 0 here for Elliott. That last shot. Oop. Now that looked like, let's see.
That was a fun exchange. I almost thought I saw a sword wrap, but...
Yeah, I think it was an attempt to kind of trap it there. Judge here saying he was obscured. So we'll see what Kai calls. He may wash that. Let's see. Attack from red.
I love that big thrust.
Ooh, an attack from blue and a double.
And I think red is dead. Nope, he's alive, folks.
Oh, that was a hell of a bend on the like Elliott checking his weapon there.
I do think there was a little showmanship by red, just having some fun.
Yeah. So let's see how they call this.
Cosgrove is a large individual, but
he is not
great
small.
Control of that weapon.
Yeah.
I don't think it was anything like that.
No, not at all. Not intentional. Again, Cameron Blair here with 1 point in red. Kind of fishing around, trying to...
Blue really comfortable with his back against the wall.
Yeah.
I never did care to fight like that.
Beautiful thrust. Yeah, and Cameron does not look happy about it. I mean, pardon me, Elliott does not look happy about that. I think he knows that one landed. I have a gear fix over here. Yeah, that was a nice... right into tempo like that.
Now, I noticed I don't see any seconds out here. Is this specifically
I mean,
corner coach free event?
I don't know.
I know corner coaching is slightly debatable.
Well,
I'm a fan of it, but not everybody is. I respect that.
Yeah, and I don't think it's disallowed. Let's see. So right now we've got Cameron in red with 2 points and Elliott from IFG with 0.
He looks so frustrated with himself, but he shouldn't be. He looked great out there.
He's doing fine. This is an extremely difficult, quick weapon.
I mean, he charged at the right time, but red was just able to disengage.
And once you get that closeout at distance, it's hard to recover.
I do enjoy watching body language of fencers. You can tell.
Oh, now attack from red with a parry. I didn't think anything was done there. So we now have 3 for Elliott and 2 for Cameron. Let's see what they call this last exchange.
Red coming right out.
Ooh, an attack from red, covered, and then, oop. All right. Nice little jab there at the end, just to make sure.
Well, you fight till the halt.
You fight, yeah. You're not sure, you keep going.
And protect yourself at all times.
Yeah, and it looks like Kai's fixing the blunt on the end of that rapier there. Another Castile Economy double shell clam there. Good sword. I use those every week myself. We are not being paid by Castile, but yeah, it's important to keep so most of Sam Kovic's blade at Castile, they've got a pretty safe end. Most of those, I think, are spatulate. However, they're still a little thin, so most people put a bird blunt on the end, but they do come off, especially with grabs and things like that. So it's important to kind of make sure that those stick on. It's not uncommon to replace those during practices either.
Yeah, and while no official sponsorship from Castile,
yeah.
Sam is a local down in Southern Oregon and a huge monster in the saber, rapier, historical weapon community.
And Elliott looking very frustrated there.
And a fine fencer himself. I saw him fight deep into the elims of a saber pool. City Classic some years ago.
That was I remember that.
Yeah.
So again, this one may be our longest match yet. Elliott looking very frustrated, but right now ahead by 3-2 unless I missed something there.
I do see 3 double hits in red here. I wonder if that's
that may, and I need to review the rule set. Again, keeping up with the 3 different rule sets these last 2 days has not been easy. But as far as I can tell, Elliott won that. Now, Elliott's going to stay up, and it looks like he's going up against Alex Hanning here in red from Lonin League. It's got to be tough. I know for me, I never liked having to go back-to-back in matches.
I always enjoyed it, especially when I could see my opponent flustered by the fact I didn't want my rest.
Now let's
get in their head a bit.
It was an attempt to was an arrest by Blue. I don't know if it landed.
Kai keeping a close eye on this. I'm sure he'll have an opinion.
Well, and again, Kai's a very good rapier coach. I believe
a talented director.
Yeah. It's not an accident that we haven't said much about the judging. I mean, I think he's got a very good eye. I don't know the other judge.
That is Obi of IFG.
Obi, okay.
Very
good to know.
young man who is keeping a close eye on this fight.
Now, you saw that last, Alex tried a quick shot. There was a little cut. I didn't see anything done there.
I feel like I saw a ring out, but I do not.
Ooh. Now that looks like was an attempt to counter with a low, sort of a dodging lunge there by Blue. I don't know if it landed.
I do like the way that Hanning finished the exchange slipping offline. That's somebody put his point online.
It's a big thing. There's that drop into a low shot off and into having your hand in second. It's very popular rapier and early small sword. And so Alex sort of recognizing that and trying to get out of it made a lot of sense.
Playing with the center line, moving around.
Ooh. Oh, looks like counter parry riposte red there to me, but let's see how they call that.
For as fast as that was, they kept that very clean to watch. I enjoyed seeing that.
That was a very nice, tight exchange, third and fourth, and riposte. Third being your outside guard, fourth being the inside guard there.
Probably a pretty classic exchange.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of a bread and butter drill. And, to be honest, the 2 most common parries people use. Ooh, looked like a cut there. Let's see if they count that. Right now it's Alex Hanning 4, Elliott 3. Alex there in the red. It looked like that cut was in tempo to me, but we'll see what they say. All right. Yeah. Elliott looking very frustrated. 4-4 at the moment. Alex and Elliott here, tied. Third round.
The battle of the big men here.
Yeah, they're not small dudes. They're tall. I mean, the reach they have, again, with these very long weapons. Some attempts there for engagement. Ooh, and a cut from Alex that does not land. This didn't look like it landed to me. I heard a lot of...
Replay. Look at that.
Yeah.
Sliding of the blade, looking for the center.
See, that looked like it was it looked like he got a sufficient... Like, Elliott got sufficient parry there, but... calling that looks like 4-4. Or no, pardon me. Alex Hanning 5, Elliott Cosgrove 4. Brett and I obviously have our vantage point, but it's ultimately up to the director and the judge.
They're not only closer, they have the opportunity to move.
Which we do not. Yeah.
They've got us chained to this mic here, this hot, steaming mic that is just miserable, folks.
It's just, awful.
Yeah. We are sweating over here, and
I mean, no one's working harder than we are, really.
It's true. It's true. You think these fencers are working hard? False.
No. I mean,
it's the 2 of us.
They're and has anyone brought us coffee? No.
The unsung heroes.
It's
Maybe we should get our amazing video team to help with that. I mean, they're not doing much right now, are they?
Oh gosh, the video team, no. They, all weekend they've just been basically asleep on the job.
That's right. They've
not
been
at all
crushing it.
Not at all. Yeah, exactly. Just basically doing the best filming I've ever seen at any event ever. I mean, really, I shout out to the camera crew here. Brett and I keep going off about it, but honestly, like, we're sitting here watching that happen as it's happening, and we're right in the middle of it. And it's
none of it an accident. I had a really good chat with Philip. Great organizer. He's our technical director. Had a great vision of what we're trying to do here. Yeah. Really leading his team. We've got some camera folks. We've got a lot of great people working on this, and it shows.
And it was in contact.
Held our hands.
Yes, both of our hands.
I think he changed my diapers earlier just to make sure I was okay. I was getting a little pouty.
Well, we get
fussy.
crabby. All right, we've got Alex Henning here again in red, and Cameron Rasmussen from F3 Sword Academy. Again, that's in Berkeley, California. Ooh, and a nice thrust from Cameron there.
Straight down the pipe with some presence in the bind.
Well, and that bind is everything in Rapier.
Look at that. Slow motion helps. Ooh!
Again, you can hit in absence, but that closeout is what you want.
It does seem a lot safer to me.
No, I'm sure there are people out there that would disagree with me about that, but I know from myself, I prefer having that nice, solid closeout.
Well, it's okay for them to be wrong.
Yeah. Ooh, it looks like a cut there from Alex. Let's see if that had enough quality there.
Henning had him in the corner, but Rasmussen was not intimidated.
No.
I watched that footing, very, very thoughtful about not being wrung out, knew where he was.
You know, if you've got a fencer in this environment that is able to stay in that lunge and parry repose, that's somebody that's done this a few times.
At least 2 or 3, you think?
Yeah. Now he's out there.
Yeah, as I said, that time lost that ring.
With that said, that kind of presence and just willingness to stay in there. There are a couple things that are going on there. One, you can't move into it without danger. You can't move out because you'll be a ring out. So it takes some presence of mind to pull that off.
Good hand speed, sword control.
Okay, and so that's a nice exchange. Right now we've got Cameron Rasmussen in blue with 3 points and Alex Henning from Lunin with 1. 4 points to Cameron in blue. And again, he is coming into this very good distance there. Ooh, parry post, and does it land?
Quick hands, though, the ability to move that sword like
yeah. No. And I don't know who made his weapon. Looks like Obi doesn't like that one. He's calling the second. All right. So that is a match blue. Cameron Rasmussen from F3 Sword Academy with 5, and Alex Henning from Loading with 1.
Rasmussen has looked sharp in all of his bouts so far.
No, he really has. Clearly, this is a weapon he spends some time with.
It would appear so. Probably from a school with a deep roster of talented fencers. I mean, that's the thing. I've said it before. We perform on our own, but we train with a team.
No, it's true.
And the more quality fighters you have, iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel. But I assume stone sharpens stone?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it depends. Like, if it's like a good Franciscan shirt that you're making a edge out of.
And between the two of us here, Play-Doh sharpens Play-Doh.
Yeah, it does. It's true.
I'm the Play-Doh here.
I just like the smell of Play-Doh.
I like the way it tastes.
So good.
Thank you, Robert Miller, for the shout-out to Death Needle Cultist. Death Needle Cultist, my new band name, thanks to Jim Emmons.
Oh, and Robert Miller, I should say, very wonderful guy. He and his spouse, Emily, are very redoubtable small sword fencers. They are in Salem, part of Capitala Scream. All right. So
it looks high praise.
Yeah, no, they're good people. I am very fond of them. Cameron Rasmussen again here in blue with Cameron Blair from London League in red. Nice salute there.
Still plenty of good sportsmanship, even in the Rapier tournament.
It's important. And it's hard for a
good exchange.
It looked like a nice exchange. We do not have the best vantage point here. Happily, we've got our excellent camera people who can show you that. Let's see the replay there.
Ooh,
so good.
Let's see it a little closer here.
Attack, parry post. I'm not sure what landed there.
Black Kai's doing this.
Yeah, I am too. Goodness, not a job I enjoy. So it looks like they're giving 3 points to Cameron Blair in red, who's doing a sort of crabby type walk. I'm not familiar with that footwork. It looks like the tip of his sword might need some attention too. I don't know if the tape's coming off or not, but
I can still see it.
Yeah, no, it's still on there.
On the job though.
Oh, he is. I'm not worried. Let's see the replay here.
I like that posturing. I mean, that weird movement has got to also test the other fencer's ability to read
I think
him.
Cameron's cagey. He knows it's like, I don't know what this guy's going to do. I'm just going to stay just far enough away.
Sometimes unorthodox fencers can be very hard
No,
to
it's absolutely true. They're actually harder, I think.
In many ways. That's why they talk about the first day fencer being one of the most dangerous.
No, it's true.
You have no idea what they're going to do.
It doesn't seem like it should be that way, but it absolutely is. I mean, a trained fencer you can predict. And let's see here in the replay. Again, that interesting movement there from Cameron Blair, Lonin in red. Ooh, I don't know. Let's see what they say. Kai is discussing the shots here. It looks like 3-3. Cameron Blair to Cameron Rasmussen. Cameron Rasmussen here in blue from F3 Sword Academy in Berkeley.
And there's the sword tip being addressed by Kai.
And Cameron Blair from London League with 4 in red. And Kai there checking the tip. It looks like the tape's just kind of skewed. I think it's okay.
And checking the flex. Overly flex sword is going to be dangerous in an event like this.
You really, especially when you're under pressure, it's easier to hit with a little bit more authority. And the blade takes more punishment. If it starts to, get an S curve, that's something you really want to avoid.
Some of the worst blade bends I've ever seen were not even when I was doing the advancing.
Ooh.
I just thrusted people running at me.
Nice attack there from red, Cameron Blair. Score is now 4-3, red, blue. Looks like red attacks. I thought it landed. Let's see what the judges say. The Obi was obscured, so I think it's going to be up to Cameron here. Kai, pardon me. Again, very well-known rapier coach here in Portland. Glad he's directing. All right, they're back at it. We are now tied at 4-4. It was a beautiful attack from red. I don't know if that first one landed. Parry riposte and then a follow-up cut. Going to get a replay here again. Philip, thank you for that. All right, so they're coming out. There's an attack from red. Definitely that looks like that riposte for blue lands, but I'm not sure what they're going to call for that first action. And again, in this rule set, it depends who gets her first with quality there. So it looks like 7 Cameron Blair from London League in red and 4 for Cameron Rasmussen from Berkeley School F3 Sword Academy.
Ooh, a lot of good action in that first pool.
Wow,
and
this goes so fast.
It does.
Really need more coffee to kind of keep up with this.
Coffee or some other sort of pick-me-up.
Stimulant, yes.
Yeah.
Legal stimulant, obviously.
Exactly.
All right, looks like we're between matches here. I don't know if that was the end of this pool. It is the end of the pool, I'm informed. This is going very quickly. I think we have a hard stop today at 5. Oh, no. You didn't. So it looks like Moses Jones has visited the excellent Angus Trim. If you don't know Angus Trim, he is one of the best sword makers in the country. My personal favorite. It is his weapons are absolutely beautiful cutters.
I know.
Do you want to show the sword on camera, Moses?
Huh?
You want to show the sword on camera? We got a lull. Here, go to camera 3.
You got the sword on camera?
Andit, are you camera 3? No. Okay, that. All right, so he's over to your right there. Ooh, right there.
The prettiest man in HEMA, Moses Mojo Jones, on camera.
Beautiful longsword there from Angus Trim. Again, makes some of the most beautiful cutters. I've had a privilege to use a couple of those, and even better, I have one of his early Hungarian sabers. That thing just wants to cut by itself.
No, keep dancing, Moses. We like the show.
Yeah.
People are throwing $1 bills in the comment section.
Yeah, there's a lot of. They really like this Moses guy. So he's sitting here going through his. No, keep going, man. Keep going.
The comment section has left PG-13, just so you know.
Yeah, so what you're looking at here, I'm not sure the type, but this is actually a sharp. Angus makes swords for cutting practice. And you'll notice that it's got a very different profile than most of the longsword faders we saw. Fader, F-E-D-E-R, being basically a longsword foil. And they were popular sort of 16th century. You see them a lot in Joachim Mayer's text. Some of the more recent faders have this kind of profile. But it's typically we don't fight with those.
There you go.
So I think we've got, so there's the sharp out there, and then here's Moses back with he's going to show you the difference here between them. So if you see that longer weapon, it's got a rolled tip. It's got that thing called a schild on the bottom, to kind of help us guard. And those are what we typically use for longsword. The sharp, obviously, we wouldn't be fencing with. There are some more recent trainers people use that look a bit more like that sharp, but in historical fencing, I think for most longsword events, you're going to see a fader. And yeah, we really don't want to see sharps here. That would be bad. We don't like to fence with those.
Well, not other people. Maybe
yeah,
a tatami or a watermelon.
or watermelon, bamboo, water bottles.
That is one of the biggest smiles I've seen in a long time.
I think we're going to take a short break here as we wait for the next set of fencers. Thank you for joining us. Again, this is the IFG Spring Fling 2024. We are now in the final event, a rapier tournament, which is going unbelievably fast. My name is Jim, and I am joined by Brent. We will head out for a few minutes. Yeah?
I think so. We'll be back soon.
All right, we'll be back soon.
Bye, Brent. I'm not even sure we're back yet.
All right.
Yep.
And Philip, just let me know when we're back in. You guys start. We're live? Okay. All right, we are back. This is the IFG Spring Fling 2024 Rapier pools. These pools are going very fast. In red here, we have Jonathan Hahn from On Guard Fencing, and Tristan Fackler, who just lost his weapon, in blue.
Flying swords.
Well, yeah, let's get the replay. That was not quite sure what happened there. Well, looks like we don't have that one. That's okay. Like I said, this goes fast and furious. All right, we're back. Still 0-0 at this point. Looks like there's a thrust that may have landed from red.
I think I saw that blade hit the leg.
Yeah.
Instant replay will help. Yep.
Yeah, that looked like it stuck.
Yeah, I think it made the cover at the same time.
So let's see. Yeah, looks like they're going to award that to Jonathan Hahn. That's 3 points for Jonathan Hahn in red. Ooh! Okay, that was a classic Pasada Soto. It's a very low line drop. If that landed, that was really pretty. Having been hit by that myself, a gentleman in Texas named Jonathan Carr, who landed one of those on me, it was absolutely breathtaking.
Well, you're going to have a really good base, and that structure you're going to have when they run into it.
That was Jonathan Hahn for 6 points there. That, honestly, that might be the move today. It's an all-or-nothing attack, the Pasada Soto. It's got to be timed perfectly, or you are open.
I believe that. On Guard Fencing out of Santa Rosa, California.
Oh, they're from Santa Rosa. Okay.
Have you heard of this place before?
I have, yeah. There's a very good Highland Games there. It's always in summer, which is not great. 9 pounds of wool on your torso is not fun and heat.
In the California sun.
Right. All right.
Pass.
Looks like we have Andre here in red, and I believe Matthew Thompson from Bighorn.
Not Montana.
No, Calgary, Canada. Friends to the north.
Very patient fighters, both of them.
Yeah, some really watching their measure here. We've got Andre here kind of trying to provoke, and Matthew not biting.
Real high energy fighter there in red.
Oh, looks like the thrust from blue with a deflection by the hand. Very nice.
There's that hand.
Again, that offhand can be used to parry, especially if it's gloved. I don't recommend doing it with a bare hand.
Well, I don't recommend a sword fight in real life anyway.
Yeah. Try to avoid that.
If you're parrying a sharp blade with a bare hand, you've made many decisions that went poorly.
Correct. So Matthew got 3 points for that. It's a very nice attack. Again, they're both fencers being very careful of measure here. Ooh. Now let's see if they...
Looks like blues was passé.
I thought it was passé too. And we'll see if he calls... Let's see on the replay. I'm not sure that cut by Andre had enough oomph in it. We'll
Especially
see.
for a lighter weapon like this,
well,
you're
and
have to pop it.
there's just not enough edge on there. So without, they're going to call that for Matthew Thompson. That's 6 points over Andre Pashkov. Very nice exchanges.
Big corner shoulder combat looking really sharp here.
Yeah, and it looks like Andre may still be up. And Andre again fighting out of Seven Swords Academy in Tacoma with, I believe this is Tristan Fackler from Loyal Order here in Portland. Yes, it is. For me. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Andre is getting some... All right, again, this is Andre Pashkov, Seven Swords in red. They're in Tacoma. And Tristan Fackler from Loyal Order of the Swords chapter here in Portland in blue. Ooh, rushed right in. Looked like 2 missing shots on that initial exchange. Let's see what they call. Okay, so it looks like Obi is calling that. Kai may not agree. He's going to abstain. So I think he's going to award 3 points here to Tristan. Here again in blue. Yes, that'll be 3 points for him for a shot to the torso. Ooh, another shot, and it looks like parry post. I was scared there. I wasn't able to follow the rest. I'll see that in the replay. It's an attack. I don't know if Andre got the riposte on that first exchange or not. Tristan definitely followed up. I think they are going to grant that repost. Yep, 1 point. So that is 3 for Tristan in blue, 1 point for Andre in red. All right, there's an attack from my left there. That is blue, Tristan Fackler with a thrust to the torso. It did look like it landed. Oh. Yeah, that should be, let's see. That should be matched for Tristan, I think. That second one, yeah, that looks like it definitely landed. That should be 6 for Tristan and 1 for Andre. Nice clean exchanges, easy to follow action.
Now I noticed that Tristan, when fighting under Longsword and Sword and Buckler, was representing masterless fencing out of Eugene, Oregon.
Oh.
With Rapier, he has registered himself as Loyal Order of the Sword, kind of a big guild of fencers spread a bit across the states, based out of Phoenix, Arizona, if I'm not
I think that's correct. Yeah, they're, I think, started down there and they've kind of spread. I'm not sure the exact thing. You usually know them by the cod pieces.
And the good point work.
Yeah. We've got Matthew Thompson here in red from Bighorn up in Calgary. There's an attack from Tristan. I don't know if that lands. Tristan again in blue.
Looking for a blade grab. Was it static is my question.
Yeah, let's see what Obi says here. Watching the replay. Both fencers kind of waiting there. All right, looks like they're going to give 3 points to Tristan there in blue. Both fencers sort of. Oh, okay, now this is interesting. There's this withdrawn guard by Tristan is definitely a bait. And the thing
Red
about
took the bait.
Yeah, it looks like Red took the bait, but it also looks like Red landed. We'll see if they count that. It looked like
I saw Red land first. Let's see the replay. Waiting,
this is one of the things about setting a trap is you have to spring it, and then of course it may not work.
The quarry gets away all too often.
And if you look at where he is on the pitch, he's just far back enough. He can't really do much.
He really did retreat into a corner. Which some fencers fight well from a corner.
No, they do. Don't like the turning of the back there. I don't think he intends to do that. I think that's just trying to get away. But even with Rapier, you don't really want to get smacked in the back with that.
And just in general, turning your back on an opponent is always going to be a dangerous proposition.
Yeah, it's. There was a move in Rapier, the Volt, which was. You see it at least as early as Camilo Agrippa in the early, 16th century, and some of those early sources. But it survives down into even small sword, and it's this full turn where you're looking away from the opponent. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't teach it myself. I'll do the demi-volt because you're keeping your eyes on them. Some discussion here with Joe and Kai.
I wonder what they're talking about.
I don't know. That's
hopefully not a safety issue. I mean, the turning of the head is dicey, but I don't think he meant any help.
Yeah, I don't think Tristan meant to do that. And it was clear that was sort of like getting in and out. I don't know if we're going to be privy to what that was about. Looks like we're going to continue here. All right, so back at it. Both fencers looking to make an opening. That low guard is very popular. Ooh, an attack from blue.
Slick little point.
Looked like that was in tempo to me. Maybe a possible counter from Matthew Thompson. Yep.
There it is.
Match blue, 6-0. Still, easy to follow action.
Tristan with such a great initial attack. When he explodes in, just knows how to get that point online in Longsword. I was coaching Rocco Jones.
Right.
I warned him, watch out for that big, opening
I
shield
mean,
how.
Both he and his father, Sean Fackler, both of them are really quick.
Great point work.
Excellent point work. All right, we have Jonathan Hahn from On Guard Fencing. Yeah, I believe that was Santa Rosa.
Santa Rosa. Hey, look at the memory on this guy.
Hey, well, I know Santa Rosa. Matthew Thompson from Bighorn in Calgary.
That's in Canada, folks.
Yes, Calgary, Canada. That would be Matthew in red there.
With the second I see popping in there, I recognize that
That's
gentleman.
Alex Williamson, I think.
That is indeed.
You're another excellent fencer out of Calgary.
Showed really well earlier today.
Really enjoyed watching him fence earlier.
That Sword and Buckler match. The Sword and Buckler
Oh,
bouts
yeah.
were
But even his
fantastic.
longsword was fun to watch. I mean, not that that's surprising, but,
Good fencers tend to do well with most weapons.
They do. And Jonathan Hahn here was the one that dropped that Posada Soto earlier. There's something bent there. Something bent.
He bit something. Now, was it clean would be my question.
Wow. A lot of rapier in Central California, in the Bay Area.
I love that.
Yeah, you see it in Santa Rosa, Sacramento.
I love that view of Han right there. You can see the face waiting.
Gosh, that was pretty.
Looked like an attempt at a slap away with the hand.
I think I may have seen him fencing at Rose and Thorns. Just watching him is making me remember. There's a lot of pools there. Ooh, another beautiful shot there.
See, that lunge is so pretty to watch.
Yeah, and it's low. It's deceptive.
Han, not a big fighter.
No, doesn't need to be.
Nope.
This is one of those places. Marcelli, in his Rules of Fencing, 1686, has this famous line where it says, for force is conquered by art.
I feel like I've heard that before.
You have. That's the motto I took for my school. But this is an example of how that works.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, even the German material I study, very clear that technique is always going to trump everything else.
Wow, that's very pretty. So that looks like, I think, 6 points for Jonathan Hahn. And Matthew Thompson is no slouch. I mean, this is, wow, yeah, unbelievable. That's
a clean match.
It's a very clean match. Jonathan is really coming out of this strong. And again, Matthew Thompson is not a bad fencer. Ooh, no hug. That, I think he's disappointed. That's understandable. No one likes to lose 6-0. That's hard. I speak for experience on that.
Well, speak for yourself. I lose 6-0 all the time, and I'm just fine with it.
You do get used to it. I will admit. I got better at it over time. That's for sure.
Well, that's my secret. I never stop being sad.
Yeah, well, that's the key. Embrace the sadness.
Thanks to Loyal Order there in the chat. Shout out from the Phoenix chapter.
Oh, good. All right. We've got Jonathan Hahn, I think, up still. And it looks like Andrei Pashka from Seven Swords here in red.
So, Yishin Liu, I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly, in the chat asking the name of the commentator. Well, my name is Brent Lambo, but I assume you're not looking for me. I know so little about this. If I had to guess, you were looking for Moses Jones. No, not Moses. Probably Jim Emmons.
Might be me. I don't know. Yeah, my name is Jim. I'm working here with my friend Brent, who very kindly asked me to help him out with this. I've been more or less useless for the last 24 hours. I was mostly longsword, and I know what a longsword is, but I these days spend a lot more time with rapier and smallsword. All right, Jonathan Hahn from On Guard Fencing in blue, and we have Andrei Pashkov from Seven Swords in Tacoma. Another thrust there for Jonathan Hahn. So fast. And he gets that blade extension out right away.
What I appreciate, there's a real strong commitment without an over-commitment.
No, and that is that is the sign of somebody who knows what they're doing.
That recovery from the lunge position, clearly.
Oh my gosh, again. Now that might have been a double, but that attack was definitely by Jonathan there.
The athleticism is remarkable.
Yeah. When those low thrusts, they're hard.
Yeah.
Those low line parries, you've got to be able to use those. And if people don't drill them, they're not going to be able to stop that easily, because that thrust is basically going up. So unlike, say, like Unterhau or Sotano, that's a thrust that's coming up. It's a different angle.
Well, and also you have a taller fencer.
Yeah.
He's going to inherently want to come up and over. It's going to be hard to close that line with a high attack when it's coming in that low.
Well, and one of the more classic parries for that is second, which is sort of a sweeping parry. So for a right-hander like Andre, that would make kind of a C with that tip in the air and sort of scoot that blade to his outside.
Set yourself for a post?
Yeah. You get good closure that way. You can also disarm opponent theoretically.
Depending on the range, I assume?
And, range, how well they're holding the weapon, how much force you apply to it. It's dangerous if you do that.
How long your arms are?
Yeah. So we've got Jonathan Hahn right now with 3 points. Andre with 0. Very cagey. Andre is very, very careful here. I think he's, after watching Jonathan, probably realizes this guy can really move. Oh, parry riposte with a cut from Andre.
That was a beautiful exchange.
That cut had some force to it too. I think that should count if there was edge on there. Maybe we'll get the replay.
Yeah, I appreciate that Red knows how dangerous blue is.
Oh no, Andre's being very careful. Like that was, when you fence somebody like Jonathan Hahn, as soon as you see somebody land shots like that, that is a wake-up call. This guy can move.
Yeah, well done by Pashka. That looks sharp from this perspective.
Yeah.
How'd they score that?
I don't know. Oh, Now that might be a double. I don't know. I couldn't see all of that. We don't have the best vantage point, of course. Not that it's bad. I mean, we're ringside. That's pretty sweet. But
well, it's the steam from this hot mic.
Yeah.
It's just distracting.
All right, so it's 3-3. This could be anybody's match at this point.
Blue in the corner again. Just seems very confident there.
Yeah, I don't think that's an issue for Jonathan. His timing and sense of measure are very tight, and I think Andre wisely knows that and is not rushing in. You know, he's trying to goad Jonathan into striking. Hopefully, sort of the second intention attack here. Oh, good Lord! Oh, now that almost sounded like it snapped, but it didn't. Hopefully we get a replay on that. That was something else.
Even the way Han just runs after the exchange, so much bounce and athleticism.
Let's see
there.
here. Yeah, it's not the best angle. Oh gosh, beautiful. Yeah, so there you are. That looks like his hand kind of parried that out of the way. Beautiful shot again from Jonathan Han, 6-3. Andre holding his own well there, though. That was really something else to watch.
That was a great matchup.
Yeah, this is the end of our pool. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing Jonathan Han again.
That seems reasonable.
Really pretty fencing from him. So Brent and I will sign off here for a second, but we will be back. Unless the pool's going to start up right away, I'm not sure. I think we have another pool, so we'll stay tight here.
Go ahead and sing your song while we wait.
I can't sing, so that's on Brent.
I'm going to save all of you and do you a favor and not sing.
So I have to say, it's a very different timbre to this type of fencing compared to what we saw earlier. That single-handed weapon, it's out, it's much longer. It takes a very different action than you see with sword and buckler or longsword usually.
Well, and I think that there might be something to the focus on the thrust.
Yeah.
When you have a sword like a arming sword or a longsword, you have a cut thrust weapon, and on one hand, that gives you a lot of adaptability,
a lot of
and
options. Sure.
But it also means that sometimes you have your feet in too many pools and you don't go deep enough. One of the things I really appreciate about the rapier is if you're looking for a weapon that's all about landing that point, you're not going to find a better one. The depth they went into to understand these exchanges.
Yeah, and that's the thing, especially within historical fencing, cutting is still very popular with rapier, but it is primarily a thrusting weapon.
And I feel like that evolved a bit through time. You see some of the early proto-rapiers from a Meyer sort of manual. And you might almost call it a side sword, a bit of a cut and thrust.
Well, and I think there's overlap. I mean, we tend to think of these things in a linear way when really there's overlap. They're, at the same time Arazzo is doing his thing, Agrippa's doing his thing. And so, that 16th century, you see all variety of swords.
And it's not, it's not just the rapier. If I say the word saber,
that's around.
Tell me exactly what a saber looks like. I double dog dare you.
Well, see, now there's
a couple things we can say. Probably single edge.
Yeah,
probably curved.
Usually, but not exclusively. The earliest sabers we have, I think, are 10th century, mostly from Central Europe, where they seem to have originated. Hungarian sabers from the 15th century are well attested. Nice, beautiful curve on those. I'm a little partial, I will say.
And all sorts of uses from the later period. Dueling saber, very fine, quick weapon, almost reminiscent of a rapier.
Yeah, honestly.
And then you have those cavalry or infantry even sabers, where you've got something more like a medieval messer or a cutlass Dusok type weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think originally it was very much a horseman's weapon. But
really ideal for mounted combat.
It really is, and I think those in historical fencing, especially in HEMA, the heavy saber is really popular, but it's not great to fence with. It's awesome from a horse because it's basically a club. Now we don't talk about this because the uniforms are so pretty, but the job of light cavalry was mostly chasing down, retreating infantry and cutting them from behind, and then going out for drinks. Which
obviously
is pretty
the
great.
Best part of a fight.
Yeah, obviously. Drinks after. Yeah, that's still true.
That implies you lived, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, which is nice. But as things develop, you start to see the saber adopted for foot, at least by mid-18th century, and then into the 19th, that becomes standard. But they're different weapons.
For different purposes, different armors,
absolutely.
Different context.
And it's hard. I have stopped shy of trying to define saber, despite the fact that I spent so much time with it. because it's tough, and you get into like this class of weapons that, I mean, basket-held broadsword is used in very similar ways. The Chinese Dao, you've got the Shamshir in Persia, Kamalis from Georgia. I mean, there's a number of weapons that do very similar things, with some subtle sort of contextual differences.
I mean, you might even start talking about weapons like the Nodachi, the katana,
right? And
some of its predecessors, that large slashing weapon.
Yeah, and but you're right. I mean, I think at least for some schools of saber, you can, like in North Italy, for example, there's some Italian influence there, but there's also some French.
It looks like we have the junior tournament coming in
now
here.
These two young men I know rather well. Their father, Joshua Allen Baker, runs Kapitala Scream in Salem, and their mom, Erica, is a fencer here at IFG. Actually, and Joshua does rapier here at IFG as well. So Arden and his brother here having a good attack there with the...
I like the binding and winding. Very, very German influence, it feels like.
Well, that and, the guy that has worked with Joshua in Smallsword, it's kind of big on that bind thing.
Now, I do think we just saw a ring out there, which is a little disappointing. You want a little more discipline from fencers at this maturity level.
Well, and they're staying within the ring pretty nicely. The younger brother got his older brother.
Nice
that
thrust.
Was a nice toss. Yeah, that was very sweet.
Now, I don't know what the director's going to call on that, but he's got to give him at least a few points.
I think so. Again, these young...
retreating.
Looks like there's a low line there. Well parried there. Nope.
I appreciate the baiting from the older brother. Really drawing his younger brother into a sucker situation.
It's a classic older brother technique. And a turn at the back.
Spin move.
Might got a yellow card from Mom for that. No.
Mom didn't see it.
She didn't see it. She's laughing.
Yeah.
Erica's laughing. Okay, no, that was... Wow. This is honestly a pretty good match.
Yeah, this is wild. This is some of the best fighting I've seen all day.
Wow, nice bind there in second. We have a lefty and a righty.
To disengage the thrust.
Yeah. Nicely done, sir.
I mean, I see a little bit of Morozzo. I see some Agrippa.
Well, and here's
I feel
the
like
thing.
that's a Mutirin.
I think
that is a 15th century German technique called the Mutirin right there, folks.
Yeah. I know that their father's done a little bit with Capoferro. I tend to teach Marcelli and Baynard, which are very different from that much later period.
I see you've studied your Agrippa.
Yeah, no, they've... and there's a sneak shot from the older brother.
Did the judges catch that?
The younger brother is taking it nicely, though. He's still smiling. Red shoes flying. Oh, wait. No. Ooh, shot to the face.
Little brother doesn't know the score, so maybe that's a part of it.
That's the thing about being a little brother. You can just keep going.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Very aggressive.
Yeah.
And another shot.
Football club.
Well, he is right back to his mark. It's like he knows he's going to get the point.
The confidence.
And another ring out. Good Lord. It's impressive.
Real good ring generalship from a fencer of their size.
I mean, when your parents are both fencers, this is kind of what happens.
It might even be in the genetic code at this point.
Yeah. That looked like it was
I think it's a double.
And then we'll see what the parents say.
I don't know.
Mom
giving
having
some
a
advice.
coach.
Yep.
It looks like Joshua's going over there to the younger boy. Arden and his brother here.
I think we have a sneak attack situation. He's back.
Let's see, that little brother. It's like they have a sixth sense. They just know.
Well, they're always on guard.
Well, they have to be. I mean, I have a younger sister. She would attest to that, although she was far more devious than I was.
Yeah,
now, they're both fighting left-handed. I love this about these two. They can switch hands at will.
But what you do not know is they have a secret.
They do.
They're not, in fact, left-handed.
They're not left-handed.
I really don't know. But a Princess Bride reference is always welcome.
Well, I think we haven't had one yet, so it was important to have a Princess Bride one.
I see you have studied your Agrippa.
Yeah.
That's my Princess,
See, that was good. We've actually had two now. We only need one more, and then the weekend's complete.
You know what I mean when I say "as you wish"?
Yes,
Jim?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And right back at you, my friend.
Then there's our third reference.
Okay.
We have the trifecta, folks. I think we have just won the Commentator Olympics.
Maybe.
I mean, this fight is going on. The cardio.
We have a replay here. The brothers.
The cardio is impressive. They're just going after it.
1 second here.
Jim Edmonds handing over the mic. I mean, he's a rapier guy, but this is obviously a much more complicated match than just mere rapier. So he's going to hand it over to a professional. We see the corner coaches giving some advice. I would love to get a mic in on that. Philip, do you think we can get a mic in there? Nope, he says no. No, I do not know their names, but Jim does. We're going to get those names here in a moment.
It's Arden and I forget the younger brother's name.
The match continues, getting into close measure. That close play is a real challenge. Showing some real skill, though. All right, little coaching, little technical feedback. And Big Brother's right-handed. This could get dangerous quick. Look at that. Jabbing, jabbing, moving, circular motion, circular footwork. I like the little shimmy, little dance shimmy. There we are, back to our corners. All right, looks like they're cool.
So I think Arden here is the... Okay, so Cass here, the younger brother, getting Arden. Erica is the coach there for Arden, and Joshua for Cass.
Cass with impressive sword work there.
He is aggressive. Very, very seize the war type of fighter.
Really trying to draw his brother out into a foolish mistake.
Yeah. Well, I've watched these boys fence a number of times. Not in this arena, but in others.
Not in a competitive format like this.
No. Usually it was more of we're at practice, we're bored, when are we going home kind of a thing. Is there ice cream? Which, by the way, there's a dearth of at this particular tournament.
Did someone say ice cream?
I did. I have a
I'm out of here. I got to go.
I know. I have a problem. It's well, it looks like, I guess the match is over.
I think that was called for excessive force by both of them, if I'm not mistaken.
There could be a timeout.
Yeah. It's a real shame. You hate to see a match end like that.
Okay, we're going to go idle here after that last match, I think.
I'm exhausted. I can't handle it anymore.
Yeah, the pressure is a lot. I think we're going to need a little lie down here. But again, thanks to Cass and Arden. We will see you soon. IFG Spring Fling 2025 Rapier pools. We've got about 12 fights left, I believe. And we have 2 pits. Unfortunately, I think we have a hard stop time at 5, and so I don't know if the live stream will be able to cover all of it. We'll do the best we can. The futsal gym, once it's placed back, and we have used it the entire weekend, I think that's understandable. My name is Jim Emmons. I'm working here with my friend Brent Lambell. We've been doing a lot of the announcing. We also had Elliot in here with us, Elliot Cosgrove.
Little Tim Dufresne came in earlier today and helped us out. We've had a great team of people. I do want to take a moment to shout out to Philip and his team.
Yes.
First of all, they are staying late for us here. They are pushing the line, and they really want to get this on film and show the world, all 11 of us watching what we're doing. Yeah, but this crew has been amazing. If you've watched any of this and enjoyed it, then they deserve all the credit here.
All right, so it looks like we have Chris Bigelow there in the red with the blue.
Please excuse me while I swoon.
Yeah, he's well-known, very beloved fencer here. We have Anthony Buono. Excellent. So this should be a good fight. Chris Bigelow is with Loyal Order now, but I met him when he was working with Maestro Hayes and Northwest Fencing Academy in Eugene. Very good saber fencer. Has been doing more broadsword. Obviously, he's doing rapier as well. Talented guy. We also have Anthony here, who fantastic director, good fighter too. So, Chris Bigelow from Loyal Order in blue, and we have Anthony Buono, from Historical Weapons Guild. Now I missed what happened there.
I think I saw an attack from red. I would have called it short, but
we'll see what they say. Replay is up. Looks like definitely an attack there.
See that extension.
Provocation from Chris. We're going back in now. We're live. Oh, looks like there's a counter thrust as Chris is coming in from Anthony.
I'm impressed at how well Anthony Bonomo moves for a large guy.
Yeah.
He's much bigger than he looks on
No,
screen.
he's a big man.
Very
agile. Okay, they're going to call nothing done on that one. My guess is they're going to call that a double.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a cut from Chris. That's our man in blue.
Was missed.
It does. Looks like Anthony has 3 points right now. Chris has, let's see what they call here. Update the score. Anthony here in red, Chris in blue.
Did they call no exchange on that?
I'm not sure. We're still kind of waiting to see what Kai decides.
Okay.
The magic wristwatch has not been updated. So, it looked like an attack there from Anthony. Looks like that landed. Some good bow on that blade.
I like the combination attack. Press slow, came up high.
Feints are huge. That might be 6-0. We'll see what they say. Okay, Kai abstaining there, going with Obi's call. So that was match red 6-0. Anthony Buonomo.
Impressive.
Yeah, very nicely done, very clean.
Bigelow looking little flustered.
A little flustered, a little disappointed. It's understandable. The man has been fighting for 2 days straight.
No, great sportsman. Looks far from upset. He's definitely hitting himself.
Very gracious. We have Jonathan Hahn here in the red from Santa Rosa. And I don't know.
On guard fencing, I believe.
On guard.
Or is this F3?
I think it's on guard. F3 is in Berkeley.
Thank you.
Not sure whose opponent is.
Jonathan.
Got to be honest, very much looking forward to seeing Jonathan fence. He has really just done super well today.
Really a fun fighter to watch.
Yeah, super fun.
But technical, real great combination of the skills you want from the fencer.
And this weapon in particular, there's a lot of precision, and he's really locked down that timing.
And a great variety of techniques I've seen. Big aggressive. I've seen the reverse lunges.
Yeah.
You saw that drop. What did you call that?
But it's Masada Soto.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a real deep technical repertoire. Which
now, looks like Kendrick Mueller from Indes Ferox Gladio here. Oh, that might be Kendrick's there. Looks like a thrust and tempo to me, but
I think I saw a displacement with the offhand.
Yeah, I know. again, Jonathan's been really making great use of that today. You'll see it in the slow-mo here.
Crossing the blade.
Yeah, he might have displaced that.
They both went for the displacement. But
Well,
there can be only one.
Well, and Kendrick, I'm guessing, is a student of Kai's. Oh, that looked like that. Well, let's see.
I like the control from Red there. Coming
Yeah.
over the top of the cut. Pulled it when he saw Blue's hand.
Yeah. Look at that. So they're going to call that passé. It's Jonathan Hahn 1 point so far, Kendrick 0. Now we have 4 for Jonathan Hahn, 0 for Kendrick. In blue, attack fell short there.
Little bouncing.
Oh, nice
really
one there
hooked on
from
that
Kendrick.
blue.
He really timed that well.
Yeah, came in straight at the right time.
Yeah, good tempo, and that was very pretty.
Posted out to boot.
That should be for, I think, 3 points. I'm not sure exactly how they're
There it
scoring it.
is.
Yep, there it is. 3 points for Kendrick there in blue.
Look at Jim Memons go.
Oh, what are you talking about? I'm not doing anything. I have the easy job.
You said 3 points.
Ooh, that looked like that initial thrust from Jonathan may have landed. We'll see what they call. If so, that probably was match. Okay, that is
red.
match red. That's 7 points. Jonathan Hahn in red from On Guard Fencing to Kendrick Mueller's IFG with 3.
Continues
Jonathan is really strong.
looking so sharp and technical. Kind of, I mean, no offense to
No,
Mueller in that one.
not at all.
He really did kind of make that look like he was there to. He knew what he was doing.
Well, and that kind of efficient movement, that economy of motion, and tactically you can tell Jonathan is adaptable. You know, he can go on the attack, he can take his time and kind of hang back. Very versatile and clean. I mean, it's easy action to call.
I feel like I've been able to see most of that action.
Right.
That says a lot. About 8-12 beers in. I mean,
So-
the fact that I'm sitting upright is probably a miracle unto itself.
Well, that's, I mean, at this point, the fact that we're not, comatose is impressive. But again, these pools have been extremely quick. Unfortunately, we just haven't had enough time for Rapier. Things tend to run kind of late, unfortunately, which is too bad because these have been some of the best fights I've seen this weekend.
But that's also kind of the nature of a big event.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people. You're herding cats.
No, it's true. And with, I think we had 4 different pools, 2 Longsword events, 1 Sword and Buckler event, Rapier event. It's a lot. All right, we've got Anthony Buonomo here and Jonathan Hahn.
I'm excited for this matchup. I mean,
This should be a lot of fun. Anthony there in the red with purple jacket.
very skilled, very big.
Yeah, Historical Weapons Guild. Good fencer with Jonathan Hahn. This should be a really fun match to watch.
Very technical. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
I'm actually very excited to see this. All right, beautiful salute there. Okay, here we go. Very upright, sort of Destreza stance there from Anthony.
I believe he spoke of Tabot.
He did. Okay,
That
okay.
was
That was
beautiful.
another gorgeous shot from Jonathan
I
Hahn.
love that clearing of the hand.
Man, does he have
big
that?
lunge.
He just has that thrust down.
That was very pretty.
That has been his shot this weekend. Wow, let's see that
I
again.
want to see that in slow-mo, just so I can drool a little bit.
The initial boom right there, and that offhand block, just gorgeous.
Nothing to worry about that block being it's a sword in motion. It
That-
wasn't a vicious attack,
no.
but it was moving.
Yeah, and against a cut, that's not something you want to do. Against a thrust, that it can go either way. I'm not sure how Kai views that. As the director, of course, he's got discretion. All right, so 3 for Jonathan Hahn, 0 so far from Anthony. But I will say this could go either way. Anthony is no slouch. Looked like there was an attack there. Little pop on the top of the head.
I think I saw a bent blade by
Yeah,
I think
there-
Vaughn landed it, but
I couldn't quite see, but hopefully we may have a slow-mo. Let's see. Kai
walking us through it
walking,
nicely.
yeah. So right now we still have 3 for Jonathan Hahn. I'm not sure how they're going to call it. Obi here couldn't quite see the action. He's abstaining. There's some discussion there. Let's see what they do.
because we definitely saw a
Okay,
shot to the
1.
head.
I think they're counting that final shot to the head, Brent.
I think they're giving him that short route that he took.
Yeah.
And it was clean. The short drop was good.
Yeah. No, it was good.
That thrust landed, but
oh, that was, man, Jonathan just hopping out of there.
I
don't blame him.
I have no interest in fighting Anthony.
Well, I kind of want to now, but I know what's going to happen. I can predict that fight. Ooh.
I would fence him. I don't want to fight him.
Yeah. Yes, precisely. So that, I'm not sure what they're going to. Oh, that's match. So they're calling that for Jonathan. It's 6-1. Again, nice match.
Han really consistently using that offhand.
Well,
getting a ton of traction with that glove.
And it's cool too to see some differences in style. You know, we get kind of this universal style of rapier where everyone's kind of hanging out in third. So to see somebody using some Tabot, some Destreza, and it recognizable as such is pretty cool.
It's, there's definitely discussion in the HEMA world about, do you dedicate yourself to one manual and attempt to recreate it?
Yeah.
Do you combine them? Do you pan-European as a thing? And I think they're all valid discussions. I'm pretty dedicated to what I do. I'm a little bit myopic, you might say, but I do enjoy seeing people figure it out for themselves, but it's also enjoyable to see someone like where what they're studying.
I agree. For my own part, I will sort of gravitate one text to another. That said, I tend to have a focus. Teaching is a little bit more unified, but I read widely just so I can compare notes, keep up with other people and what they're doing. It's just fun. But this said, it's a lot to manage. So I understand the different approaches. I think people should do what works best for them.
Well, and that is a bit of what makes us a martial art is we're given the laws and rules of fighting, measure, angles, lines of attack, and then as an individuals, we express our understanding of them based off of our personality, our body build, our experience, our age.
Right. No,
I fight differently as I leave my youth.
Yes. Having left mine, I don't fight the same way I did.
You had a youth?
I don't remember.
It was recorded under the show called The Flintstones, right?
It was.
Are you Bam Bam?
No. Bam Bam was my neighbor.
There it is.
All right, so we are. Looks like we've got Tristan Fackler. I think this is the back pitch here.
It is indeed. We're gonna.
We have so now this second pit here. It's sort of a long shot for the camera. I think Tristan here with 6 points. Amelia Crate from Glonin in blue with 3. That should be match, but
winner red. Tristan Fackler.
Now what that means for finals, I don't know. So Tristan will be moving on to the bronze. I can only imagine Jonathan Hahn is going to be going for gold or silver. I don't think he's lost a match today.
Sawyer Freshie in the chat cheering on John for the gold medal.
Yeah.
NorCal Rapier #1.
Yeah, well, he's certainly indicating that today. And again, having seen a lot of the fighters from Central California in the Bay Area, that is not an idle boast. They are very good.
Well, what I like about, especially a competitive art like this is the fact there are so many good fencers there.
Yeah.
Means they're going to create even more good fencers. There's a critical mass that you can't deny.
No, and I think, again, not trying to be biased here, but having watched a lot of those fencers, there are some extremely good teachers down there, and it shows.
Yep, good teachers draw good students draw other good students.
Yeah, and, they bring things up, so I think, getting a chance to fence somebody that's that good is always it just brings up your own game. It's a chance to grow, win or lose.
Well, again, another jiu-jitsu wisdom: you either win or you learn.
Yes, I think that's the best way to look at it.
Has to be.
Now we've got a discussion here. I think Tristan and Jonathan having a little chat. Jonathan with his ring coach. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Pretty friendly group, rapier fencers.
Give it up, Tristan Fackler, boys.
There he is. Hey, Tristan.
Commentary's been great. I've been hearing lots of compliments on it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no, man.
I know.
Yeah. We have Christopher Bigelow here. I know. All right. Oh, this is interesting. We may have a potential rematch here. Or is this another? I'm not sure. We have Anthony Buomo and Jonathan Hahn. We just saw them let's see. Not sure what's going on. I don't know if this is a rematch or one of the finals. Yeah. Anthony here not falling into this tableau so much. Oh, wait, I spoke too soon. Oh, and another displacement by Jonathan. An attempt to stab there. Not sure what they're going to call.
I know I had an odd angle.
I did not have a good angle on that myself. Okay, Obi is abstaining. He couldn't see it either. It's always hard, especially when you're the fencer and you think you've landed it. So that was one touch. It looks like they awarded that to Jonathan.
Perhaps this is a tiebreaker?
Maybe.
But Jonathan beat Bonomo in the pools.
Yeah,
I think Jonathan's beat everyone in the pools.
He has so far, yeah. Kind of a sweep, really.
He's been
really solid
tough.
Fencer. Definitely on his A game today. This set, I don't know where we are with the pools. We should be close to finals, if not in finals at this point.
I'm hoping the same. We've been really trying to move these through. The futsal facility, we are trying to be out of here by 6 o'clock, which is 51 minutes by our time. But we also want to make sure fencers get their chance to fight. And if we can film it for the live stream,
that'd be great.
We want that too. Yeah. I'm personally excited to see at least one more bout from home.
Yeah, I really hope so. This is... It's always a pleasure to watch a good fencer do what they do. And I could watch this guy fence all day.
As could I. I'm not even a rapier enthusiast by nature. But I am a good fencing enthusiast, so...
Yeah, no. Well, good fencing is good fencing.
I agree.
And definitely... Let's see. So I'm hearing some commentary here from some of the camera crew. They're getting the lowdown on who is where in the pools.
Well, I think we need to fetch Arnon and Cass. That has definitely been some of the more exciting action.
No, certainly the more dramatic. Two brothers facing off. It's sort of right. I mean, it's mythical. It's again, I don't know where those two little guys got, but they may be having a hot chocolate somewhere.
They may be playing with matches on top of a refrigerator. Who knows?
We don't know. Their parents, again, very good coaches. That could be a long night, though. I don't know if that ride home to Salem is going to be...
Two kids that age, every night's a long night, Jim.
It could be. All right, Kai here making an announcement. There's cheering, obviously. So Amelia, I think, is going to be going for third against Anthony.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excited to see Amelia back.
Me too. Good fencer. I think she is from Lonan.
I believe so.
She's got a blue armband at the moment. She's walked just out of frame.
Amelia Crate, Lonan League.
Yes, there she is, Amelia Crate, as you said.
For those who don't know who Lonan is, they're a really big school out of Seattle, Washington, who traveled down to Portland, Oregon to take all of IFG's medals and hardware home. Well, not all of it.
But a
NorCal,
lot. I mean, yeah,
plenty.
NorCal's doing fine here.
They've overstayed their welcome. I'm talking to you, Lonan. But it looks like NorCal is putting on a really good show for Rapier.
And we
Jonathan
joke.
Hahn really stealing the show.
Yeah. And we do joke. We have good friends at Lonan.
Absolutely.
Love those guys.
No, and well fought, well earned.
Starting to really fanboy over NorCal right now, though, I have to say. That's still a term? People still use that?
NorCal.
No. What the fanboy thing?
Fanboy. I believe that's about 6 months old.
Okay.
You've just dated yourself.
Well, that's not hard.
Not at all. You're lucky it was only 6 months ago.
I mean, honestly, that's really contemporary for me.
I mean, I think NorCal is wicked smart, so I don't know what that says about me.
That sounds more like Bastion. All right, well, they've got Tristan getting dressed up here. They've got... So it looks like they're going to try to get this moving relatively quickly.
We're at 5:12 local time, so if we hustle, I think we have a shot to see some good matches put out.
And these...
And it looks like Crate and Bonomo, I mean, they're on the screen, so...
Yeah, I think this will probably go very quickly. These pools have been fast, I mean, even by the standards today.
Exactly.
Plus, we don't have that many fights left. We should be able to do this. We may have fewer cameras now. I think some of those are going to be broken down. There's a lot to break down here in terms of hardware.
If only you can see what we're working with. This crew
yeah,
has
I mean,
so much
there's
equipment.
Stuff I can't even identify. I know what a tripod is, but everything else is...
that's a power cord right there, by the way.
Oh, power cord, yeah. So they have
that
things like
cord's
that.
the power. to the
to the
machinery.
thing that does the
with
stuff.
The stuff.
Yeah, very technical. Brent and I obviously well versed in all things. Now they're bringing a bench out. I don't think this is an obstacle course. I don't actually know what that's for. Maybe it's a. Oh, I see. Oh, it's a viewing bench. Nice.
Take a load off, fencers.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know.
I don't know if you can tell, but I've been in air squats all day.
Yeah.
Not sitting here in a chair like a fool.
Oh, no. This has all been Pilates here.
I've been in horse stance for 9 hours.
Okay, so we've got Anthony and Amelia here. This could be a very good fencing match. These are two very tall fencers.
Indeed.
You can't really tell from the camera, but they are both reach here with an extra long weapon.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Amelia's actually looks like it might be easily 4 feet long. Not out of that's not abnormal for rapier.
Plenty long, but not necessarily a bad thing.
No, not at all. Historically speaking, there were towns in Europe that had ordinances for rapier lengths and would actually snap blades that were too long.
I got to note the comment from Sawyer Freshy. Apparently it's not pronounced Jonathan Hahn, it's pronounced Fresky. I'm not really sure where Sawyer Freshy gets that pronunciation from, but thank you very much, Sawyer.
Yeah.
I love your input.
Must be a buddy of Jonathan's. Or Fresh. How do you say that?
Fresh key?
Fresh key.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fresky, like Fresca, but...
I may have to just call him by his color. I'm not sure I can pronounce fresh that word.
English is hard.
I don't. Yeah, hard word making sound.
Has brought in an extra judge. We have Elliot Robinson.
All right,
and
I
Caleb
believe
Schweitzer.
we are now in the bronze level match here between Anthony Buonomo and Amelia Crate.
There's a little Tabot for you.
Oh, yep, very definitely Tabot.
Like that long,
Amelia
big
kind of
clearance
dig
pace.
in, trying to get him to provoke him to commit. Amelia
on those wheels,
yeah.
moving around.
Oop, nice coverage by Amelia. I don't think anything was done there.
I didn't see any conclusive action.
But we'll see what the replay says here. Amelia keeping very good distance there. Nice coverage with that drop into that hanging parry.
If I saw any contact, it looked incidental.
I we'll see what they call. I think they're asking Elliot Robinson and Caleb Schweitzer here assisting with the judging. Two well-known IFG fencers.
Caleb, young Leonidas,
yes.
Sweet Feet, two-banger Schweitzer there.
Yeah, and he's, I think, been very busy with other projects, but once upon a time was a well-known heartthrob here at IFG. All right, so yeah, they're not calling anything for that. That's okay. We're back to Tabot. Amelia trying to provoke.
Again, the view these cameras can catch.
I know.
Beautiful, beautiful work.
All right. Oh, now that looked like it might have been a cut from Anthony.
I saw something big come overhead.
Yeah.
Kai referring to the judges, making sure that we saw the action right.
Let's see, there's a slow-mo here.
I'd like to see that again, too.
Yeah, me too. Oh, nope, we're going to lose that. Okay. That's all right.
Tease on that one.
Okay, they're going to call that for Anthony. 1 point. I believe that was his cut to the head there, or maybe to the torso. I missed that. Guessing head. It's 1 point.
A slightly different stance there. Not so much
Oh! Now, that looked like Amelia got contact, but it may have been passé.
I feel like I might have skipped off the jab.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was quite on.
Even the slow-mo.
All right, I think it looks like they may be calling it. Let's see.
For blue.
All right, so 3 points for Amelia at Alonin in blue.
Done with that long rapier.
Yeah.
Although Bonomo's is not a short rapier.
No, not at all. Oh, attacked by Amelia. Let's see if that was a closeout. It arrives there. That might be bout. So that, oh, nope, I take it back. That's 3 points for Anthony.
Anthony with a 1 point lead. That is close. He only needs one good strike to wrap this up, it looks like.
One shot.
Looking,
all right.
probing.
Back to this Tabot guard by Anthony. Ooh, that looked like Amelia's attack there in blue. That might be match. It is. Remember, it is to the first solid touch. There is no afterblow. Oh, really? That's shocking. That really looked like that landed to me.
There's that long Tabot point. Characteristic.
Yeah, that's blue. Yeah, very nice, Amelia. That last running attack was really well made.
That's Amelia Crate from Lonan taking home bronze, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Wait. Lonan took home more hardware?
I believe that was Lonan.
Well done to their...
All right, we now have, so that's Amelia taking bronze, 6-4 to Anthony Buonomo. We now have Tristan Fackler in blue and Jonathan Hahn in red, or Fresh Key in red. Gonna try to make that work.
Here we go.
Ooh, all right.
Big action. A little hugging on there.
A little.
No points for the hugging, though. Just
No,
be
no,
clear.
no.
No points awarded for that.
Encouraged, but not rewarded. Yeah. So that, I'm not sure if they're going to call that a double or if there's a sense of who may have moved first there. All right, nothing awarded. Ooh, Jonathan definitely looked to me like he moved first there.
I saw his blade bend. I did not see Tristan's.
No, I think Tristan tried to turn out of that. I don't know if he did. We have 2 abstentions from the judges, so this is up to Kai. All right, 3 points for Freshkey. Jonathan Hahn on guard, Santa Rosa.
John Fresky Hahn.
Oh, that was interesting.
I like the reach by blue. Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan's
range.
I didn't think that landed, but I think
got
Elliot.
Judges on both sides of the exchange.
Yeah, I think that may have gone passé, but I'm not a judge. Not up to me. Looks like they're gonna wash that. Yeah.
Still 3-0.
Ooh, there's that. Ooh, wow.
So fast. Fighters
Right on the edge of distance there. Oh, parry riposte from Jonathan Freshkey. Because that's how it looked for me,
I apologize about the Fresky.
Yeah, I can't even.
That's completely my fault now. That is Jonathan Hahn, let's be very clear.
All right, so I guess Brent's having
Brent's one of the comments.
I see. So Brent's having a go at me. So that is not my fault, Jonathan. Apologies.
I'm going to go at the comments.
All right. 4 points for Tristan Fackler there. 3 for Jonathan Hahn. So the next one will probably decide this. Ooh.
Both saw an opening at the same time. Sometimes a good idea.
Could be simultaneous. I think Kai says if blue did not land, then okay, there's an abstention from one of the judges.
Yeah,
I think that looked like Jonathan winning to me, but again, not up to me.
I think he displaced Fackler's thrust, but I couldn't see his shot.
Okay, they're not calling it. That's okay.
4-3,
Attempted an appel there. Oh, wow. Well, that's going to be disappointing for Jonathan, I think. That's going to make some people angry, I think.
And some people happy.
Yeah, some people are going to be happy with that. I think both fencers rather gracious about it. This is how it goes. I would have called that previous shot for Jonathan myself. Not up to me. That's how it goes. Sometimes the calls go your way, sometimes they do not. Congratulations to Tristan there. I'm sure he and his pals at Loyal Order are very happy. Jonathan accepting that rather graciously.
And he's going to walk away with silver, so, no reason to cry over two spilled milk. And put on a show.
We've got to head out, I think, Brent.
I
think this is it for us. So
I'm going to miss you, Jim.
I'm going to miss you too, but we'll have to do this again. Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe we'll come here next weekend and just do this for nothing.
Just talk in the corner to no one.
Yeah, just. All right. We'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everybody. You have a lovely night.